Hey, this is Notser. Today we're going to be taking a look at Devonshire. This is the Tier 6 British heavy cruiser, and it is a work-in-progress ship. That means the stats are not final, and they could be subject to change. Now, just like the Drake video, the British heavy cruiser is kind of a desync visual bug, and you might see it in this video, and I'm apologizing for it. Wargaming hasn't fixed it yet, but we'll get there. So, the Devonshire. This is the British heavy cruiser. Like I said, it has 8 203mm guns on 4 gun turrets. It has 115 millimeters of Citadel armor at the waterline. It's got a low 16 to 19 millimeters of armor around the rest of the hull. And then at the top of the hull, it has 25 millimeters. And that is supposed to leverage the active maneuvering that the Brits are supposed to do. They are supposed to stay back, rely on the extra deck armor, and the extra deck armor helps against a lot of different targets, and it causes it to ricochet and do very little damage. You'll notice that the Zeppelin, I believe the Zeppelin actually attacks the 25 millimeter, and I'm not sure how. I don't think he has enough pin, or maybe he does. Either way, we didn't take any damage on that attack. So we were able to get 6 aircraft, and we lost almost nothing. Other traits of the Brits. You get a heal at Tier 6, which is pretty exciting. Now, this is not a super heal. This is a very traditional heal. It's, token heal at that. But having a heal at Tier 6 is exciting for a cruiser because you don't normally get to experience that. It also has the defensive hydro that has been equipped to the British DDs, of course. 3 torpedo, and 3 ship detection. Not very helpful when you're trying to be aggressive and round a corner, but very good at defending yourself against torpedo threats and possibly a rush DD. Other than that, not really. So we're setting up over B point, and oh, looky there, it's a Belfast. So I'm just going to open up my shells. Looks like he's trying to hide, and obviously only one of the 4 gun turrets was able to get accuracy information for the Belfast, and the rest just slamming the island. As far as this is going, though, I'm just in this nice little void area waiting for people to show up, and oh, looky there! We've got a Belfast broadside. So we're going to load in the AP. It is 203 at Tier 6. It's a Tier 7. Basically a light cruiser. He's not going to enjoy AP if he doesn't move. And Belfast? Belfast, are you going to move? So I decided, no, just aim near the center ship. It's probably going to get into the Citadel. Oh, yeah. 3 overpin. Unfortunately, we do get 1 Citadel. And I'm trying to kill him or do damage before the torp hits. As long as the torpedo hits and knocks him out, we'll be good. I don't think 1 torp is going to be enough. And of course, we overpin. We don't get the Citadel. I don't know that he's taking a torpedo hit. Yeah, he did take a torpedo hit. So he is low. And meanwhile, enemy Zarya is moving in and my AA is still going off. I really enjoyed the Devonshire's AA. And oh, Belfast! He's still backing up. We're going to aim in reverse at the waterline. I hope it was blind. It looks good. It felt good. There's the Citadel that we were looking for. And that 203 paid off there. And oh, enemy Zarya also in the area. I don't know why he's doing this, but I'm not going to complain, of course. I'm just going to try and work him down. So one of the things that the Brits excel at is the fact that their gun angles really allow them to get the most out of the armor that's on the ship. Outside of the Citadel and the deck armor, I'm pretty much a DD in armor. Everything's going to overpin, unless it doesn't. And we didn't lead the Zarya quite as much as I needed to. Need to draw that in, but we do get a Citadel. And this is great. Getting a chance to use the AP against broadside targets works really nice. Obviously, I'm a low tier. I'm Tier 6. These are Tier 7s. And, of course, overpin. 4 overpin for nearly no damage. Just the kind of overpin I like. Are we going to watch someone kill the guy before I can kill him? Oh, did we get the shot off before someone else? We do get the shot off. Take out the Zara. And I believe that opens up B for us. Don't know why there's a Bismarck in, but we do have a Shiratsuyu, so we should be able to capture this. The rest of the enemy team is somewhere east of Sea Point. Don't know why they decided to go east of Sea Point. It seems to me that it's pulling them away from the combat that actually matters. Now, we obviously have the 8 guns, 203. We have the heal. It's not a super heal at this tier. It's just a regular heal, but I'll take 4 regular heals over a tier 6 cruiser that doesn't get any. And we've got torpedoes. And just like all the other British, you get the single launch potential, which is nice. The torpedoes are about 8-kilometer range torpedoes. You can't stealth torpedo these unless it's an extreme case where a battleship or a heavy cruiser is sailing towards you at a rapid rate. Otherwise, you're going to have to deal with the fact that the player is probably going to know that you're torpedoing them and how best to use them. I haven't really incorporated something that just speaks to me. You know, it's only one launcher and it's not that many torpedoes. But because it's British, you know, you can sort of have a 2 or 3 launcher experience with single launch. I don't think anyone's going to complain about having torpedoes. It's sort of a bonus, honestly, especially down here for these Brits. So I just want to let you guys know. Now, obviously, AP is pretty good, but how's the HE on the ship? It doesn't get the 1/4 pin that the 234s get. This is a very pedestrian 1/6 pin and 33mm penetration, like every other 203s. But if we have, you know, good angle, good shell accuracy, we can land very nicely on the target. You know, the drag on the shells isn't so terrible that you couldn't possibly conceive of a way of hitting the target. So I'm just trying to get some citadels here, and oh, and a Katsuki. Well, we're going to load HE and try it out. And because I have heal, I'm more likely to put my ship out there a little bit more to trade some health. I think that's a really great tactic for the Brits to do, and especially, obviously, British heavy cruiser. We get 4 shells on the DD. Very nice. Unfortunately, it does look like the friendly Bismarck, he's going to die to the Zeppelin, who is just trying to do an accurate drop. He does. There is a Dallas that captured A point and does look to be coming around, and I would like to counter that. There's also that DD. We did do damage. I don't know exactly. I didn't see the damage number before, but 4 shells, 203. It's got to be pretty good. You know, it's got to be good enough that it's like 5 or 6K. That's what I'm thinking. And yeah, he's pretty damaged. So I could either go towards the Akatsuki or I could go towards the Dallas. I felt like the Shiratsuyu should be able to damage this guy, and plus we've got this little open area for us to shoot through, and we didn't give enough lead. Whoops. But remember, I don't have expert marksman with this build, and you will notice that, you know, it's like 25 seconds, 22 seconds. They take a long time. And for the Brits, you don't really want to maneuver too much. Now, the rudder is way better than the high tier. You know, the rudder is in the 6 to 7 second range, which is really nice. It's not in the 14 and the 13, 12 second that the Goliath is at. This is very much like a Japanese. It doesn't have the effective torpedoes of a Japanese. It has a heel instead. The HE is really nice. AP is really solid. It has a lot of familiar traits. I've read the comments. I saw you guys. You were going, I know, why would I choose this? Ooh, very nice. Why would I choose the Japanese cruiser over the British heavy cruisers? So there's a couple reasons. The Japanese have longer torpedo range on average. They also have access to defensive AA and a longer range hydro. Now, it doesn't last the duration, and they don't have a heel, especially at this tier. And they also have a flatter trajectory, so their concealment tied with their shell velocity should allow that they can get out further, have an easier time landing a shot. This is much more like a flatter American heavy. And if you've ever controlled an American shell, you need to give a lot of lead. It's not the most comfortable. It definitely is not the most comfortable. Ooh, we're actually spotted by this DD, and I don't know, friendly spotted him maybe. We try to take a shot. He opens fire for whatever reason. I don't know why. Doesn't matter. We actually hit the shot. Great, 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 great. And we're actually being bombed by this guy, so I'm just going to try maintain good angle. Very resistant to air. Very, very resistant. That has been a universal truth of the Brits to me. They weather the air attack better than, honestly, any heavy cruiser just because of that extra deck armor. You really have to work through it. And man, I'm just so impressed by all of these shells that are not doing damage to me. I mean, we still haven't even used one of our 4 charges, but we have charged it up fully. So you can clearly see it's not anything spectacular on the amount that it heals. But you do get 4 of them, and that's more than most at this tier. So I'm not going to complain. It is the feature of the ship line, so to say. And if that feature isn't good enough, then people are going to move off it. So yeah, I highlighted it for a very split second. Very tiny amount of healing, but healing nonetheless. So I'm going over to A point. I just don't like the way the enemy team's playing. They're just passive. They don't want to die. They don't want to do anything. I guess they didn't want to play the game. So we're just going to capture the base and try and shorten the game as much as we can. Now the Alba does get a nice citadel right there, you'll note. The citadel is just right that a 203 AP shell would have a very easy time sticking in the ship. Into the 400mm caliber, we're talking about probably overpinning. But the 203 to maybe 305, definitely very effective if you present a perfect broadside at this range. But all I'm trying to do is just see how well the armor stacks up to incoming. They've got a little bit of an angle, and, you know, it just does a really, really great job. I don't feel at all uncomfortable. I don't feel like the gameplay is putting me in an uncomfortable position where I have to, you know, overextend on my abilities. It feels very natural to just max angle the ship, point all the guns at the target, and decide if I want to fire based on the distance that the target is. And the shells and the HE, AP, everything just flows very nicely. I've really enjoyed my time with the Devonshire. But the Devonshire is the tier 6 mainline. The London is the tier 6 premium. The London gets smoke, whereas the Devonshire gets none of that. Other features of the London didn't get like the improved heal buff and the AP and the HE adjustments. It was immune to those. So the London version that everyone tested did not change at all. Whereas all the other British cruisers got survivability increase, damage per shot increase with a nerf to reload. So honestly, I kind of feel like the tankiness of the Devonshire is going to be better than the London, but it has to be. It doesn't have smoke. So tier 6 Devonshire, not bad at all. 70,000 damage, 4 kills, 13 aircraft shot down, 7 citadels. Oh yeah, and the best player on the enemy team was the Zeppelin. So we did a great job for our team. 1,820 base XP. Still not sure if it's too strong or if I just know how to play it correctly. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to check out more of my content, you can click the most recent or the most relevant uploads. You could also choose to subscribe to my channel. We do daily World War videos, first impression, how-to, news, and review related. My North American recruit invite is on the screen. You can take advantage of that. I stream at twitch.tv/Notser. Thank you, have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.